What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some runway gameplay, and today we are going to talk about the massive rogue changes that just dropped in the Eternal Conflict update for Rogue Company. So let's head over and check it out. So as you can see here, this was pulled over onto my own personal Google document so that I could separate everything out, as this is a meaty update, be able to look at it a little bit more closely and not with it running together with everything else. But we're going to run through this first and foremost with Anvil, Rare Berserker replaced with Rare Shredder Rounds, Epic Life Drain replaced with Epic Bounce Back, and Epic Replenish replaced with Epic Recharge. For Dima, Epic Bounce Back was removed and replaced with Epic Energized, and Legendary Tenacity was slotted into the Legendary Energized that he had access to. Glitch, he has a new perk loadout, so he will have Rare Nimble Hands, Rare Tracker Rounds replaced with Rare Evade, Rare Energized replaced with Rare Armor, Epic Padded Steps, Epic Tenacity replaced with Epic Bounce Back, Epic Armor replaced with Epic Stalker, Legendary Bounce Back replaced with Legendary Tracker, and Legendary Gunsmith replaced with Legendary Gadgeteer. For Juke, she is receiving a new perk loadout along with a tweak to her Juke boots. So for her loadout, she will have Rare Nimble Hands, Rare Gunsmith, Rare Life Drain replaced with Rare Armor, Epic Stalker, Epic Gadgeteer replaced with Epic Shredder Rounds, Epic Bounce Back replaced with Epic Blaster, Legendary Bulletproof replaced with Legendary Gadgeteer, and Legendary Energize. Also for her Juke boots, the recharge rate has been increased from 3 to 4 seconds, and the distance and speed multiplier reduced from 30% down to 20%. With Lancer, we've already talked about Lancer in the video earlier this week. With Ronin, the direct hit blast radius was reduced from 3 meters down to 2 meters. The direct hit minimum damage increased from 70 up to 90. And the blast radius when planted reduced from 3.5 meters down to 3 meters. For Saint, they replaced the C4 with the regeneration field. Thank God, finally. And they replaced Epic Crack Shot with Epic Nimble Hands. For Fixer, Legendary Crack Shot was replaced with Legendary Stalker, Rare Stalker was replaced with Rare Nimble Hands, and the Tomahawk was replaced with the Combat Knife. And I think that like some of these changes were very much warranted, right? Like, of course, Dima having access to Legendary Tenacity makes so much sense. That way it allows you to be a little bit more explosive. With them removing Bounce Back and replacing it with Epic Energized, it's not going to give him any HP perks. I do think he has access to armor, which is fine with the things that's going to be going on within the game moving forward and future adjustments that will be coming up. It kind of makes sense that this is going to be happening. Anvil has needed a perk replacement for quite a while now, especially since he had access to a ton of very sustaining perks and made him almost a fortress to be dealt with. So I'm glad that they are going in there and making a couple adjustments to him. Glitch kind of getting a full perk rework or loadout rework, if you want to call it that. Him having no longer having access to Bounce Back and Legendary Bounce Back and Legendary Gunsmith is going to make him less of a bursty in your face playstyle type of rogue. They changed Glitch from being a rattier, you know, padded steps, padding around with this thing out with the AoE area of effect thing that was going on, to just basically a duelist. They slotted him into a straight duelist. Now they're kind of going back on that just a little bit. They're making him more of a defender type rogue, actually a defender or a breacher type rogue, if you want to look at him that way, because with him having access to Legendary Tracker, Legendary Gadgeteer, with him having access to the Semtex and the Flashbangs, he's going to be a pretty impressive presence on the battlefield, and his hack is pretty significant still. With Juke, they're doing a full identity adjustment to Juke, just specifically involved with her perks and also, of course, her Juke boots. But the legendary bulletproof going away and her getting legendary gadgeteer makes sense. Having legendary energize makes sense. Like, all of this stuff makes sense, but like not for a defender. So maybe they're going to slot her into more of like a duelist type role as opposed to a defender type role. And if that's the case, I'm perfectly fine with that. I mean, with her juke boots, with her ability and everything, it kind of makes her a little bit more of a duelist type character as opposed to a defender type character. But I'm fine with that. And the juke boots getting the distance and speed multiplier reduced is going to be absolutely massive, because there was an issue. Like, there was an issue with whenever you were trying to track her or shoot her while she was juke booting and dodging around. First of all, she moved so abruptly and inconsistently that it was hard to track her, first of all. Second of all, even if you were able to track her and able to get shots on her, she wouldn't take damage a lot of the time. And they think that it had something to do with like her hitbox while she's using the juke boots. So I'm fine with that. Like, I felt like the distance and the speed of it was too much anyway, and that's why I didn't like playing juke, because it wasn't like a fluid motion for me. It was all herky jerky, and inevitably I would go like almost too far, and then it would pull me back a little bit while I'm still in the middle of trying to like do combat and things like that. So I hope that this makes her playable in my eyes, because before this update came out, like, she was absolutely unplayable in a massive way, to where like I just didn't enjoy playing her. There's a couple other things that I think needs to be addressed with juke specifically, like the auto mantle situation, where sometimes I just want to dash into cover, and I know that I'm too close to the cover to do like a full, you know, a full extensive dash, but that doesn't mean that I want to like get on top of the cover. Let me just dash into the cover with juke so that I can be in cover, let the animation finish, and then I can go back to doing whatever juke stuff I was doing. Don't put me on top of the cover. Don't make me start climbing on stuff. Don't do that. That's so bad. It feels so bad. So there's a lot of issues with juke, specifically in relation to her juke boots, that I have just not liked, and that's why I don't play her that much. I think she's a good character. I think that she's fun to play with. I think that she's buggy as all hell, and hopefully this will help that bugginess factor out just a little bit. With Ronin, they really needed to do something with her ballistic knife, and I'm glad that they're finally doing something with it here. So the blast radius has been reduced from 3 to 2 meters, so if whenever you direct hit someone, then anybody that's within 2 meters is going to receive damage off of it, and the minimum damage for the direct hit has been increased. So whoever you direct hit with, it's going to get like 225 damage, of course. And then anybody surrounding that area in 2 meters is going to receive at least 90 damage, if not more, depending on how close they were to the explosion radius. And then, of course, when it is planted, they're reducing the radius of it from 3.5 down to 3 meters, which is perfectly fine, because I shouldn't have to feel like I have to get a football field away from her in order to survive the knife whenever she throws it out. So Saint getting the regeneration field finally. I still want to see this on runway. Like, it's cool that Saint's getting it. It sucks that Saint is not going to have any type of offensive gadget at this point. That's okay though. Like, I can play Saint without really relying too heavily on the offensive gadget, especially if it's going to be the regeneration field. I want runway to have the regeneration field. Please, we need runway to have the regeneration field. She's a support. She has the ability to throw 2 of these things out with her briefcase. Give her like legendary helping hands or whatever, and give her regeneration field, and she will feel like the most supportive support that we've ever seen. But just give the regeneration field to runway, please. I'm glad Saint's getting it. Give it to runway. Fixer, I mean, of course, Fixer's always going to get tweaked at some point. I'm glad they're removing a legendary crack shot and giving him legendary stalker. That's going to cut down on that one-tap potential that he has, specifically with like the devotion and things like that when he uses his ability. Getting rare nimble hands is going to feel good, and then of course he's going to have the combat knife, which is fine, but melee mastery is a thing, so what does it matter at that point? But be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below of the Eternal Conflict rogue changes. Are you excited about these changes? Do you like these changes? What would you like to see different? What would you like to see readjusted a little bit more moving forward? Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Also, be sure to check that description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are the places to contact me. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, then consider hitting that join button to become one of the 256 crew members. Lastly, on Thursdays from 8 until 11 p.m. Central Time, Sundays from 10 a.m. until we get tired, I will be streaming here on YouTube. So if you're interested and available, please feel free to stop by and say hello there. Thanks for watching, guys.
It's Ronan right here.
Oh no!
Amazing, ain't you?
Yeah.
Wow.
With the bomb.
Yeah, I don't know about Ozoso.
He's over there with the bomb on. He plants up.
Enemies have armed the bomb. Disarm it.
Strip mount. Oh.
Okay. Who's gonna play that?
Utility out. Bomb spotted.
I mean, I'm giving props here.